So I got one message today. You seem to not have no problems. Well-dressed, take care of your body, you read, but that's because you didn't know who I was before. This person that you guys are experiencing is a character I created. I created this Steve. I decided what you're looking at or what you're experiencing is a manifestation of who I decided I want to become instead of the life that I was leading. And it was hard. The sleepless nights, the amends that I had to make, the past baggage that I had to deal with, the, telling people how wrong I was for screwing them over, the admissions of guilt, the having to deal with people telling me that you still the same. It was hard trying to get through the books and the tapes and listening to a personal development or a sermon or something and breaking down crying because I felt so weak and helpless, doubting that I could ever change. The only reason why people come to me now and don't bring those things back up is because of the consistency of growth that they've seen. And it became my mission to not only show them, but show me that it was going to last. This was a permanent change. When you change, you force the people around you to change. You're not the only one changing. The reason why I was able to forgive myself for all of the stuff that I did is because this is the real Steve. This is not a made-up Steve. This is a better version of the real Steve. The real Steve when he was a child was sweet. The real Steve was just a loving, sweet, goofy human being. But then things started happening. Got molested. Started moving around from neighborhood to neighborhood. Mom taking me from crack house to crack house. Being around dangerous figures. Becoming angry because my cousins weren't being treated like this. My friends weren't being treated like this. You're choosing the drugs over me. Then moving with my dad and him becoming physically and emotionally abusive. I had to create a version of me to survive. Think of the self-image this way. If this is a house, right? This is your life that you've built. Your self-image is the foundation for which that house is built on. This is your early childhood years. This is you from 0 to 14. Whatever you learned then, whatever you were exposed to then, whatever you were taught then, that became the foundation for what you built your life on. 85% of what you believe about yourself in the world happens by the time you're 14. When I was in school, there was this wood shop class, and we had to program the computer, like type in a specific code, and then this little needle would come down and draw on the block. Whatever we put in as the code is what it drew on the block, like a 3D printer. This is the code, the foundation, the self-image that was written during these formative years to create whatever it is, whatever life that you have now. Tell me some stuff your mom and dad used to say to you. Just like little sayings that you catch yourself saying to your children. You want to cry? I'll give you a reason to cry. If you don't work, you don't eat. Money don't grow on trees. What did that tell your little young mind? These little sayings are the foundation of your self-image. Those become the beliefs for which you build your life on. What I decided to do in order to create a new version or go back to the old me and become a better version of me is to take out the foundation and build a new one. That's the thing you need to understand about the human mind. You are malleable. We are like clay. You can take clay and make something out of it, and then you can heat it up, bring it back down to its original form, and make something else. We are the same. There's a term, it's called neuroplasticity. What that means is you can create new cells of recognition. Close your eyes. Hold your hand out. Just touch this. What is this? How does he know what it is with his eyes closed? Because he heard and he felt. The cells of recognition inside of his mind played the sound and the touch and said, that's a key. We have the ability to create new cells. So as you're learning this right now, even though your head may be hurting, what's happening is you're creating new brain cells. Because when you learn something new, new brain cells get created, which means you can tear out the old foundation and build a new one. That's why my life now looks drastically different than what it did 10 years ago. Hell, what it did 5 years ago. My life looks drastically different now than when it looked a year ago. You saw the way I dressed and the car I drove in. Here's the point that I'm trying to make to bring this home. What you've done in the past was not the real you. It was the you created to survive the environment you grew up in. Just let that sink in. Because when you let that click, you'll give yourself permission to take this mask off. And when you take the mask off, it will feel like the weight of the world has lifted. It's the reason why I could tell all the horrible shit that I did and not worry about you judging me, because I know why I did it. I love me so much, you can't make me not love me. No matter how much you try to say what I was or what I did, or you can't. And it bothers people when you show up as your authentic self. You want to know why it bothers them? Because they don't have the guts to be their authentic self. And you're a big reflection of their lack.